Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of the More Than Able podcast. I'm Margie. September is Hydrocephalus Awareness Month. For those of you who don't know what hydrocephalus is, it is a condition where cerebral spinal fluid builds up within the brain, which causes pressure in the skull. I was diagnosed at 8 months old after my parents noticed some signs, like I would scream and cry while lying on my back due to the pressure in my brain, vomiting up formula, etc. I was diagnosed in Ohio, where doctors told my parents I would most likely never walk or talk. So with help from my grandparents, we moved from Ohio, where I was diagnosed, back to Minneapolis so I could be followed by the University of Minnesota, where I was shunted, and then Children's Hospital. I had 2 revisions to my shunt. Fast forward a little bit, I never really crawled, but I was put in a standing frame so I could learn how to stand up. We had several trips to Children's Hospital due to different issues. The last revision I had, I added a right-sided catheter connected to a left-sided system. I went to a special preschool, but went through the public school system from kindergarten to 12th grade, where I graduated. School was great, but also challenging because I would have to miss some due to being sick or appointments or surgeries. I have some fine motor and cognitive delay in certain areas. I began reading way before my peers, but struggled and still do in math. That made it hard to make friends at first because the other kids didn't understand why I was gone so much. But when I was in school for a longer period of time, it got easier to make friends. Fast forward 20 years. I haven't had any revisions, but unfortunately, I started having pressure headaches and a swooshing sound in my ears. After a few CT scans and shunt series, my neuro team in Minneapolis couldn't find anything wrong with my shunt. So I went to get a second opinion at Mayo Clinic, and there was a lot wrong. First, we saw a neurologist. Then he sent me straight to neuro-ophthalmology and then for a lumbar puncture. My pressure was 380 and a normal pressure is about 150. So on to interventional radiology, where I had 2 stents put in my brain to open the vessels that had collapsed. The procedure is called a cerebral venogram. The doctors and Mayo don't think my shunt has been working for at least 5 to 6 years. I didn't really have a ton of awful symptoms, so we were told all was okay. After the stents, my pressures and eyes are all back to normal. Had we not gotten the pressures down, I actually could have eventually gone blind because the optic nerves were all swollen from the intracranial pressure. The team at Mayo will continue my care. I'm feeling better than I have for 5 years. However, after the second stent, I started having these episodes where I felt dizzy and had tunnel vision and would have to sit down. My mom took me to a cardiologist and an electrophysiologist where they did testing. I have since been diagnosed with severe low blood pressure. All I have to do now is eat a liberal amount of salt a few times a day, and I don't get wonky. On to the better part of my story. When I'm not in the studio recording, I like to read, watch TV, listen to music, hang out with family and friends, and especially my wonderful supportive boyfriend of 2.5 years, Parker. I'm very social, faith-filled, and I love anything to do with family. I've also been fortunate enough to connect with other people in the hydrocephalus community and help raise awareness by donating 30% of my merchandise sales to the Hydrocephalus Association. Participate in walks, which I have one coming up in a month, where I will be the team captain for an awesome team appropriately named More Than Able. I have also been working with another awesome agency in Control, where I have been learning cooking healthy meals, fitness, and social and emotional health. I've also been blessed to create a website, morethanablepod.com, where you can listen to episodes, find local events in the disability community, and check out merch. I also had the amazing opportunity to meet one of my favorite boy bands, Big Time Rush, and I got to go up on stage for a song, and they gave More Than Able a shout out. If you would like to learn more about hydrocephalus, please visit hydroasos.org. Thank you for listening. Tune in next time to find out who I'm talking to, and just remember, you are more than able.